Hey, a few minutes late here. Apologize for that. Got caught out working on some stuff and then had to make a quick bathroom break. So here we are. I'll post the link wherever we need to post it, and hope you guys can join in. And last one of January. It might be the last one for a couple of weeks. We will see here. There we go. I'll post a link there. Maybe. Where is it? There we go. And see what we can get. There we go. All right. So it should be good. Okay. January 31st, last day of January. So February starts tomorrow. Done with 1 month of the year. Only 11 more to go. And we'll be in 2022. So only 11 more months until 2022. So we're getting there. Day by day. Hey, there's Jill. Let me see. Are you in the pecan clusters from
the cashew clusters?
Cashew cluster. I don't want to keep on calling them pecans. I don't know. Cashews.
Wishful thinking. Yeah.
Pecans
would be interesting, but
cashews are good.
Yeah, the cashew really goes well, man. They've got. I mean,
they got it figured out.
They've got this one down. Yeah, I'll leave that one to them. Yeah.
Hey, they're healthy. Cashews are healthy for you.
You know what? Lisa's actually watching her sugar intake. So these are actually okay. You've got 32 servings per container. Serving size is 1 ounce, and that's about 5 pieces. So that's 160 calories. And where's the sugar? So you've got 5 grams of sugar.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
So it's not too terribly bad for sugar,
Yeah. Well, it's got to have something where it's cashews and it is what's holding it together? Do they put the cashews and so it's some kind of like syrup or some kind that's holding it together?
Yeah, and I was telling her, I'm like, I don't think these are too bad. I think they've got honey or something. Well, in the third ingredient, it's cashews, almonds, cane sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. Honey and cane sugar are the same thing. Yeah. Sugar. Yeah.
Hey, Joe, there must be no football tonight.
No, this is that gray area.
Break week, yeah. And that brings up a good point. We probably will not have a show next week because
I won't be on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're the whole reason I do this, James.
Oh shit.
No, I think it's supposed to start at 6:30 or 6:45. I think.
Oh yeah,
it's about 6:30. So
yeah, which means it'll probably kickoff won't be until after 7, probably by the time I get done with all the.
Do you know who the halftime entertainer is?
I thought it was going to be Joe.
No, I looked it up, and it's called the. Oh shit! What's it?
Joe.
The Weeknd. So some of his music, and it's like, oh my god, he's got a knife in front of him, blood all over his face, and we're going to have him for halftime.
Yeah.
I think
cut himself in half for halftime.
Yeah, that's for halftime.
Yeah,
I've never heard of him. Should I be aware of the Weeknd?
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, he is. Man,
I don't really think it's your style, but I love him.
I haven't heard of him.
I'm not looking forward to seeing him after what I saw in the videos.
Okay. He's definitely pop music, definitely R&B, hip hop, pop,
Okay. So he sounds
got a
like
very 80s synth feel to it also.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
But I'll tell you what, man, the minute this latest release hit the stores, it was gone.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's that big, man.
So he's the guy in the Pepsi commercials that's been going in. Okay.
Yeah.
I have seen him before. I just haven't. Okay. All right.
I was a similar way. Trust me, I was a similar way. But yeah, I guess I started, seeing who he was probably halfway through last year.
Okay.
I guess.
All right. Yeah.
And because I kept hearing his name with this latest release that's out now, and it's been out for a while, but I kept hearing about this pre-release, and it was buzzing around. So I was debating whether to get it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I never did pick it up, but I still was, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have to.
It's expensive. It's like $40.
$40
Oh my
an
God.
LP?
For what?
Yeah, I would never pay $40.
Yeah, I bought it on CD. I pre-ordered it on CD, but I wasn't paying $40 for it.
What did you
Yeah,
buy for $40?
Nothing. I bought a CD for $10.
That would have been the LP for $40.
Yeah, LP is $40.
Is it a 2 LPs or 1?
It's 2 LPs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
2
still.
LP.
That's like a Kiss. That's like what Kiss charges for LPs.
Yeah, and I think it was actually an audiophile record, if I'm not mistaken. I think they have an audiophile copy of his.
Wow.
I think I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, because I think there was a Record Store Day release for The Weeknd,
Okay.
yeah, there was.
and I think that one was it was a higher grade album. Let's just say that 180 gram, not audiophile, but 180 gram, and all the checked
Okay.
all those kind of boxes. I think. Yeah.
I'll add it to my queue on Tidal, and I'll do some.
Yeah,
listening.
for you guys, I would.
I like hip hop. So is it more hip hop or blues, or is it a combination? Is it like
No,
electronic? Okay,
It's
more pop.
like-
It's electronic poppy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a fair listen.
It's not bad stuff. It's
Yeah.
not bad stuff. It's
Yeah.
just it's extremely modern. That's all.
Mhm.
It's I got no problems with it. I think that a lot of these kids now, the kinds of music and the stuff they're doing with music, it is similar to beer. I mean, they're just you've got these old traditional breweries like in the UK, where they've been doing it the same way for centuries, and they're well established, and those are fantastic. And then you've got like these new craft American breweries that are just busting down all the walls and doing all kinds of different interesting and different things with beer, and it's the same thing with some of these new artists. They've completely grown up. So the kids that are now in their 30s is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They have completely grown up with it in school, from high school level, all the way through.
Yeah.
Very detailed schooling on music, on the history of music, and all these, and how to make it. And now they have all these tools. Same thing with photography, right? You get these kids that have grown up with all these different tools. You can afford a laptop now. If you have a laptop and you have a kick-ass phone, that's it, son. You're done. You can make almost any content you want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it takes these days, and they do. They crush it. If you're into,
and that's all they've known. I mean, from birth through now, all they've had is laptop, computers and that.
It's incredible, man. And then the mixing of stuff that they're doing, the cultural mixing of different musics and stuff like that is off the charts. It is wonderful. I absolutely love it. I love it, man. Especially overseas, in across the pond. Those kids are doing amazing stuff.
Let me show you something. When I first signed on to see The Weeknd, this is what I got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And
It kind of reminds me of Alice Cooper. 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's interesting, to have one artist critiquing another artist's work. It's it actually says more about the viewer than it does the artist that you're speaking of, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying, me?
Yep.
Is it 7 o'clock yet? Time to go. I've only been on there 5 minutes already. I want to leave.
No, it is, James. No, James, it's fantastic because art in all forms is meant to make you feel something. So if you feel something, right, if you're put off by it, then that's good. You should talk about it. You should, you should. Some of these are I posted on my Instagram an independent artist that loves being independent. She's Middle Eastern, and her latest release on her album that I've pre-ordered is her with a black eye. It's not real popular, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not, but it's her expressing herself the way she sees fit. She likes to break out of that mold. She doesn't.
Well, sometimes they like to be different, so to be noticed. Because if you're just standing there like with a suit on or something, people go, "Oh, just a suit." No, if they got weird stuff like David Bowie and stuff like that, people pay attention. And Leo said they come out with these suits and stuff. People start paying attention to them because they say,
"Oh no, it's the same." Yeah, they're doing the same thing now as they did
in the 70s. What was more expressive?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
what's
that's
more expressive.
What do you think
than,
Kiss got to be Kiss?
I was just there.
They had badass costumes. Is what
badass AC/DC, Led Zeppelin. How do you think that Led Zeppelin became what they are, man? They were different from the Beatles and all this other stuff that was out at the time.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I mean, that's part of it. Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to have. You either have to be a fantastic artist and get noticed for that, or some combination of something.
Look at Hendrix, for Christ's sake. Who was more? I mean, these guys were. Morrison. Who was more out there than Morrison, man? Come on, these guys were, all these artists have never really, they're different people. They're just different people.
Oh, yeah,
and that's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah.
I think.
I guess that's why I never made it.
I think if you would have had some blood caps and a knife, I think you could have done it, James.
You would have loved it the way I used
You could have been a pop star.
The thing of it is, James, like, would you rather, as photographers, would you rather photograph someone that is just, straight haired and kind of boring and you're taking portraits of that person? Or would you rather take pictures of someone like The Weeknd with his blood coming off his mouth and everything like that?
I think I've already answered that. There's another video. He's got a gun. He's shooting his gun off, right? And then right at the end, this flower stuff comes out. It's convincing he's going to shoot someone. I thought, oh my God, he's not. Then it goes poof, and the fucking flowers fly out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need any more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people like that are just so to me, I get excited about that. I mean, I would love an opportunity to shoot some of these artists. Well, with the camera, photograph some of these artists.
Photograph, yes.
Yeah, don't forget,
I'd like to shoot some of them.
Yeah.
if you come to England, don't wave a gun around because he's likely to get shot dead.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. No, I would not. I screwed up the few times that I actually got to take pictures of President Obama. I screwed up and said stuff like that. Oh, look at I shot Obama. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Yeah. That's wrong.
So how's your phone, Joe? Are we going to go talk about your phone today?
Yeah, we're going to do a live demo tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can do a demo. Sure.
Cool.
Now I no longer have Lightroom.
Yeah, that's right. You got rid of it this week, right? Or did you get rid of it? Yeah.
I got rid of it last week. Actually, I quit paying for it.
But he's not using GIMP, Dennis. He's not.
So if you don't pay for it, you can't use it on the phone either.
You can. You can't. It won't let you go in develop mode.
Okay.
You're using your phone to do post editing.
So I'm using my phone, or I just use the Photos app on the Mac. I just use the Photos app.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll be completely honest, man. I ain't editing no damn images anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I edit the images that I shoot on my phone. That's about as far as I get these days. I haven't. I'm getting rustier by the minute. I'm saying by the second.
What do you mean? Is you're getting old?
Yeah, I'm just. This whole virus thing is really. I mean, you can't be around people. I like shooting people, and
Yeah, that makes it kind of tough. Yeah,
that's part of it. Not all of it.
Yeah. But no, it's been a challenge. That's for sure. For especially for portrait, that type of thing. Yeah, model photography.
I can still get out there and do some landscapes and stuff, but yeah,
Yeah. Well, there's only so much time in a day, and there's other things that take up more time now than they did before. I mean, yeah, it's just
Now, with that phone, they've got some fixes to do, haven't they? Because they were saying on the TV that if it's too close to someone's heart and they've got a pacer on it, it could affect their pacing.
Oh, really? No, I didn't.
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Oh, is that because
That'd be good.
magnet? Maybe is that because of that magnet charge thing they have going there? Is that?
I don't know.
That might be it. Yeah. You wouldn't want to disrupt somebody's pacemaker. That might not be a good thing.
I actually don't have that phone near me. I have my old phone, but yeah, it still doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you got a pacemaker, you should stay away from microwave ovens as well.
Yeah, probably not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you need to avoid, right? If you have,
Yeah, the one thing me and my cousins, what we had when we were kids, we had real mates. We didn't have any cyber friends at all.
Well, when I was a kid, Dennis, one of the things, I think it was the 5th grade, and they signed us up for pen pals, and I remember having a pen pal in Sweden for a few years, and we would write back and forth, and the same thing in Italy. I had a pen pal in Central Italy and Sweden, and so that's a virtual friend.
Yeah, but you don't have to write to them anymore. Now you can speak to them on the computer. Yeah.
Virtual friends are better, aren't they? Aren't virtual friends better? I mean,
it's not the same, Joe. When you're down the youth club with the teenage girls, they're memories that you can't have on cyberspace.
I don't know, Dennis. They are saying things are different nowadays.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think Joe's always smiling?
Yeah, Joe, it's disappointing you're not putting any photos up anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's I've kind of been back and forth with a few models, and it just really doesn't. What's happening with the scene here is.
Yeah, you don't like the direction it's going, really.
I don't like the direction it's going, and then you mix in the COVID stuff, and I'm like, I really don't want you in my house, and that's where I shoot. I could shoot outdoors, I suppose.
I get my shot tomorrow, 2:00. My appointment's 2:00 for the event.
Okay, for your first vaccine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Yeah, you have to.
Dennis, you on the list yet? No.
No, haven't heard a thing.
Oh, okay.
No.
So you'll be the first one to get the shot out of this group here, huh, James? Have you got it, Wes? Or
No.
No.
No, my brother's had him, but he's vulnerable. He's got bad arm. Yeah, they're doing all the vulnerable people first.
Okay, so that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then I heard yesterday that cigarettes and stuff. If you smoke.
Yeah. Maybe I should take up smoking and probably get the vaccine faster.
Yeah, you won't die.
Spend like $50, get a few packs of cigarettes, and smoke that. And, yeah, okay. I'm a smoker. Got to get the vaccine.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
Walk
it.
in with a big cigar.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Hey, where can I get my vaccine?
I'll tell you, I don't know what the cigarettes cost in America, but I couldn't believe the price of them in England. I see a guy come in and buy 20 cigarettes, and it was like £12.50.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's like $13, $14. What is it? It's a little different every state, but here, it's got to be $8 or $9 a pack of cigarettes.
I know in New York it's like almost $20.
Yeah.
Depending on the cigarettes that you buy here, it could be $10 a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, who can afford to smoke? It's really expensive.
Yeah.
It's
Less and less people do, which is good.
Yeah.
You know what I don't understand? Okay, and Mark knows this, but I have gotten over the years, with all the beer stuff I do, people that have seriously laid into me because I don't brew beer. I'm not a home brewer. I could care less to. I will never make a Coca-Cola. I could care less to make soda. You know what I'm saying? I'll drink. I drink it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, so you get these people that have banged on me for that, and I'm like, well, you smoke, why don't you grow your own tobacco, stupid? Like, wouldn't that be? I mean, that's
It's the same
expensive.
thing. Yeah, yeah. Or you drink, you know, if you drink distilled spirits, well, get that still going in your basement. Come on, make your own vodka.
I could kind of see why someone wouldn't, you know, like make their own whiskey. There's a process to it, but there's not a whole lot more simpler than growing some tobacco. It's like if you can grow tomatoes, you can grow tobacco.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, pretty much. Most of the country, you probably can. Yeah.
in all 50 states, honestly, you can.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that's looked into it. Tobacco is literally related to the tomato plant. That's why the
Yeah.
seed is so small.
Yeah.
Can,
Yeah.
can you actually grow tobacco legally in America?
You can absolutely, you just can't sell it.
That's right. Yeah,
You can grow it for your own use. Yeah.
You can go, and so the thing that they do is that people grow seeds and they sell seeds. You can sell seeds quite legally.
Hmm.
Yeah, they sell marijuana seeds over here, but you can't grow the stuff.
Right. You know, no tobacco. Tobacco's a fully legal product. Yeah, absolutely. You
Right.
just can't sell it. It's the same thing with homebrew, right? You can brew your own beer. You just don't start selling it because
Yeah, that's why photography is better, you see, because you can make a really good photograph and you can sell it.
yeah, you can exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
So it's
No, it just depends where it all comes down to what the government wants their tax revenue on. So that's why you can brew your own beer and grow your own tobacco, but don't sell it because then you're taking away money from the government on tax revenue. That's the
Yeah.
reason.
They don't like you printing
You
money.
tax photos, then it would be the same way.
Yeah, printing your own currency. They take a dim view of that.
Mhm.
oh yeah, they don't
No,
like that.
I don't know why. You can follow your artistic dream and create your own currency.
Yeah. You can have new $10 note with Donald Trump's face on it. You know?
Yeah.
There was a small period of time when I lived in Albuquerque that I actually looked into really heavily growing tobacco because I thought maybe I could sell it, and
Mhm.
then I found out how illegal that was.
Yeah, you're like, maybe not.
You're getting around that cigarette stamp, you know, that tax.
Mhm. That's exactly it. Yeah. Do whatever you want. Just don't deny the government tax revenue.
You would almost rather, you know, deal marijuana than to get busted for selling tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You probably-
Well, you could sell it to the tobacco company, a cigarette company.
you
Yeah.
could. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could.
You can do it that way.
Yeah. How many states now? We're one of the states that has recreational marijuana. How many other states are there now?
13 or 14 now.
Is there? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Massachusetts has it. Colorado, Oregon, Washington, California.
Is it the same strength as buying it under the table?
Oh my God, under the table,
Stronger.
ain't got nothing on the lid.
Stronger.
Yeah.
Oh, it's stronger buying it.
And yeah. Oh
Yeah,
good.
the dope you smoked as a kid, James, is nothing compared to what it is now. Yeah. So I hear.
Yeah, brilliant.
No, the percentage of was it THC? The stuff in there is so much higher now. So they've gotten so good at engineering it for It's a scientifically designed product now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Oh, hell, all our groceries are, aren't they?
pretty much. Yeah,
Organic my ass. They've got that one down too. There's some science in there too, man.
You can go into a dispensary and say, here's how much THC I want. You know, do I want the weak, the medium, or the strong?
Yeah. There's no guessing like it used to be. You know, you bought a bag and good luck to you. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully it was marijuana and not a bunch of oregano.
Right? You know. And nowadays, I had a buddy I worked with, man, and he was all hyped up. You know what I'm saying? When I retire, this and that. You know, and he retired, and then I talked to him a couple weeks later. You know, and I asked him about it, and he said, "Joe, I swear to God, I will never touch that stuff ever again."
Yeah, they say it don't do you any harm, Joe. I had a guy working for me, and he smoked it all day long, and then in the end, he drove my digger up a 45-degree incline and put the thing upside down. But he swore it never done any harm.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't do him any harm.
Mhm.
He did when he stuck his head through the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't intake of the wacky tobacco. 'Cause
no, you cannot.
for me,
Yeah.
Your job is, and I can't either. So
It's still illegal here because you get caught with the stuff, you get police caution. Then after that, you get arrested.
yeah. See, Joe more so than me, but yeah, Joe being you have a federal license, and until it's so even if it's legal in your state, you test with it, you're done. Yeah, and I'm kind of the same. Well, I could get away with it, but if I get caught, it affects me on a federal basis.
Oh, really? Does it? Are
Yeah. And I have to register everything that I do basically with the regulators. Yeah, except for share beer and this.
Well,
So-
you can't tell them everything, you know.
I can't. No, there's some secrets.
We have to keep some secrets.
Now, speaking of sharing, Joe, do you want to share your screen a little bit and show what you're doing on the photos thing?
Sure.
I want to see how the perspective thing works, or the depth of field thing.
There's really two adjustments that I can show you that you can do after the fact now. So
Let's look at that. 'Cause-
put my photos app up there for you. So,
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
here's that artwork, by the way, that I had posted. That's her album cover.
Oh. Okay.
And
She's making a statement there.
yeah, she's making a big statement. With her being Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
interpretation of her statement is this is how she feels like that. She feels like people like punch her in the eye, like
Yeah. Getting beat up. Yeah.
punched Middle Eastern women in the eye, and that's how she feels. Probably that's just my 2 cents on that. But I can use one of my coffee photos here. So,
Yeah, this one's cool.
you go to
Photographs you took with the phone, right?
with the phone, yes, because that's how this works, is with the phone. So I can go to portrait here, and then this will let me. Whoops, I clicked off of it, didn't I? So this will let me select these different modes here, so you can kind of contour it. And you've always been able to do this with the portrait mode. That part's not such a big deal. Where's my where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Where'd it go? I don't see it. Oh man. Let me try another photo maybe. Oh man.
I know you were showing me one week or so ago that had something. What was it?
Oh, here it is. I am sorry. Yeah, it's still here. So it's just here at the top. I was looking for it in the corner or something. So you can adjust. Let me put it in just the regular portrait mode. And then, oops, no, I have to have at least this one. And then you can adjust your lighting. See,
Okay. Yeah, that goes all the way across.
which feels kind of basic. And then you can also adjust your depth of field. So right here, I'm at f 5.6. I can go down to f1.6 or all the way up to f16.
Joe, let me ask you something. Like this photograph here, right? Is this on your computer or is it from you're doing this from the phone when you first do it?
I shot it in the phone, and since I am all Mac, I am all Apple. So
Right.
did I shoot it on my phone? I have all my settings set up. It automatically goes to all my devices.
Okay.
I'm on my computer, but the minute I shoot it or do something to that
Yeah.
phone, it syncs across all my devices. So
Okay.
it's automatically. That's why I say my phone's not actually near me right now. It's in another room. But I knew I could pull up any photo.
Okay. Yeah. So you can.
These are the two main things, and you can see how the lights over here on this side kind of blur the more. So like right now I'm at f1.4, so you can see how those lights
Mhm.
get get a decent bokeh. It's not super great, but and then you can see how they just kind of clear up the more.
Okay, yeah, they turn it almost pinpoints. Yeah. Huh.
So it's kind of cool.
So the camera has three, or the camera that makes phone calls has 3 lenses.
Yeah.
So one of those lenses, it must use triangulation of some kind to determine depth of field. I mean, that must be how it does that.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, sure, show off the super vinyl. I knew that was coming.
Thought I'd get another.
Yeah, just one of Just you wait, mister.
Or I could show off this one. See, this one's also and then you go to the where did my portrait mode go to? It has to be in that portrait mode, though. I will say that.
Oh, okay. So it's not a feature across all
It
different modes.
has to be in that.
Do the one with the coffee that has the lights behind it. That one. Where was it?
This one here, or
No, the 2 over from the fart one.
this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, that
So,
might be interesting.
yeah, this one has it. So, yeah, again, so you can adjust your depth of field, and you can kind of see like the background. That's kind of
Yeah.
on the phone. You can notice it a little more than I am in person here, but
Wow. Okay, that brings out. Yeah, you've seen the detail in the back then. Okay.
and then when you adjust the light, you can see how it's adjusting like what looks like the shadows, maybe not the shadows, but
Yeah.
contrast and certain things a little bit. They're playing
kind of doing everything across the board pretty much. Now, can you go in and work on specific areas? I mean, you've got the curves tool down there, don't you?
You can, but with this app, you can't get as nitty gritty as you can even the apps like the app that you and Dennis and use. And,
Yeah, it seems pretty limited what you can do with it.
It is. I'm sure if I were in Lightroom still, I could. If I were to edit in Lightroom, rather, I'm sure I could do a few more things. But for most of your photos, for what being able to pick your depth of field is kind of cool.
Yeah. I think that is. I think that is kind of.
Mind you, for a lot of people, that's all they need is just a few touch-ups, and that's it. They don't care about going too deep.
You nailed it, James. It's like that. That's
Adjust the lighting a little bit, tweak the focus or whatever, and call it good. Yeah, crop it maybe. Yep.
this. By the way, fantastic listen. Oh my God, this was fantastic. Oh, love this album. I'm gonna try to find more unplugged stuff. MTV. I'm sure they do. They release their. This was also this Eva Cassidy Nightbird. I see that 45 RPM guy have this.
Yeah, I've listened to most of that on Tidal. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Never heard of them.
That's the basics of it, though, right there.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I mean, I think for people, the depth of field is kind of cool. I mean, that's something that you're getting with the new phone. Obviously, the old ones aren't going to do that.
The phones will take over the regular camera.
I don't know.
Anytime soon.
Yeah.
About. I mean, your sensor is still what it is.
Yeah.
They're still the size of, I don't know. I mean, they're still pretty darn small.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're like the size of your thumbnail, if that. Yeah.
So it's good for social thing.
Yeah. Well, I think for 75% of people that use a camera, the phone is all they'll ever need because they just want to, document what's going on, selfies, family pictures, that type of stuff.
It's like fast delete.
Yeah.
I mean, because
delete it afterwards.
I started it. What is it now? I think in 2018, I started just taking my phone with me on vacations. And hell, Mark has seen me. I've met up with Mark a couple times, and that's all I have on me is my phone anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And for video, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Now for video, I think of the phones already are on that kind of edge of just taking over because there's so many different things you can do with the video. The quality's pretty good. Not as good as real cameras. I think what's happening is it's taking over for the lower end video stuff.
Hmm.
And then once you get good at this level and then you can advance to the next level, then you start seeing people buying higher end video stuff.
When I do video, I always use my phone. I don't bother changing on the camera. Just the camera stills my phone for video.
Hmm.
I think there's so many different, and the thing of it, there's so much stuff out there for us. That's what I was getting to, earlier with that point. The equipment and technology has advanced so much that heck, for a few $100s, and sometimes not even that, you can have a nice rig that you can get steady, you can steady it and do all sorts of phenomenal stuff.
A lot of people, will use a phone or like a GoPro, a basic GoPro, and that'll be like their first thing into like doing YouTube or something like that. And then after that, then they'll make the decision whether they want to go to a professional, something with interchangeable lenses or something like that to really get some control over depth of field and all that stuff. But for just recording something and posting it up,
Good.
so much better.
Did you say that's another phone? You don't have the latest phone with you?
I have that my iPhone 12. It's just in another room, and
Is there much difference between that one and this one you're holding up?
this is my 3-year-old iPhone X. It don't. What's funny is, boy, when this one came out, that was it. That was it.
That was the one, yeah.
But now it's only 3 years later.
Yeah. But the camera's a lot different, right? I mean, the new camera is so much better than.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, the resolution that I get out of my 12 is my 12 is the 12 Max Pro.
Wes, do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
The same one?
I have the 11 Pro Max.
What's that one behind?
Yeah, it's a year old now. A little over a year old.
You
Yeah.
like it?
Remember when you got that? Yeah. So
Yeah.
just a 3-year-old.
So what we talking about? $1,200 for the phone?
Pretty much. Depends on how much storage you want.
Yeah.
But there's always those extra pits.
For me personally, I got the lowest phone as far as storage, and man, I ain't come close to filling it up yet. And I am a
64
hog.
gig, or is it 32 or 64? What's the low end?
Oh, what is it? 64? Is it
Okay.
64?
Yeah.
You can always save it off somewhere and empty it out.
You could, but man, I have not. With as much cloud stuff as we do these days, I haven't even come close to even half of that phone right now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because this phone, I was constantly filling it up. So I don't know what the heck is the difference now.
Does it automatically delete off your phone once you sync it?
It kind of never really goes to the phone.
Oh,
But-
it's never really stored on the phone other than temporarily till the next sync.
Yeah, even the photos, like you'll see the photos, like if you go so far into your
Mhm.
library, at least in my case, when I click on a photo to see it, it takes just an extra couple seconds, and you'll see it kind of loading.
It's buffering.
Yeah, buffering. Thank you. Yeah,
So
you'll
it's
see it
actually pulling it down. It's pulling it down. So yeah, if you weren't connected, it would probably say can't do.
Well, you're still able to see it. It's just not going to be as sharp.
Okay, all right. So it's
You know-
like a thumbnail almost.
Yeah. A low resolution copy or something.
Mhm.
Kind of similar to what Lightroom does, if you remember.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just like a 1 megabyte or whatever. Yeah, the thumbnails are just a tiny representation of what the full thing is. Yeah.
When you got rid of Lightroom, did you get rid of that monthly subscription?
I did. I was paying yearly, so this is that time that it was coming up for renewal, and I'm in. I was January is a big renewal month for me because I do annual subscriptions. I don't like to pay monthly bills.
Right.
And so, I do my car insurance and I do all these sort of things this time of year, my car registration and all of that. And I canceled it. Yeah, I didn't renew it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just not using it, So
Yeah. And if you find that you want to use it again, then you sign up again.
that's
They'll
just
give you a deal anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I do a few shoots, then I'll just sign up for that month and pay the $10 or $11, get it for that month, and then the next month just be done.
Now, once you come off the subscription or the annual fee, if you want to touch those files again, can you do them? Bring them up?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can get in there and
Yeah.
you can at least export them and then put them into something else that maybe you already have, or something like what Mark and Dennis are using.
Yeah. No, I can still open up Lightroom and use it as a cataloger if I want. I mean, I can open up and see all the stuff that I had tagged and keyworded and all that stuff in Lightroom.
Otherwise, you can upload them and use GIMP or Darktable.
I could just export them, pick them out, and then export them, put them in a folder, and open them up wherever else. Yeah.
You just can't leave that module. You pretty much can't leave. You can't go into any other module. So development, you're not going to be able to do anything else with them, but pretty much just look at them.
Just a viewer. Yeah. It's just like a static viewer. Yeah.
I've been sticking some of my old raw files in Darktable. I'm pretty impressed with it. It's doing as good job as the Sony expensive software.
Yeah. No, Darktable does, as far as taking raw files and getting them to a point where you can export them or whatever. Yeah.
Have any of you tried that new editing software I saw an article about? It's supposed to be like a film emulation based editor.
No.
I don't even remember what it's called, but I saw an article about it recently.
Huh.
I'm curious.
One of the other, the On1 software that I do use, that one has like a built-in film, emulator, like a add-on.
Yeah, Darktable's got the Velvia filter up on the main list, and it's really good. You can see it rates the picture all over, and impressive.
Yeah, some of them are pretty darn good. Yeah, because you get your different plugins for stuff. And what's kind of cool is some of the plugins that work for Adobe work for some of these other softwares as well. So you can download some of these plugins that work, that were for Adobe, but still use them for like something like the GIMP or something.
Yeah, there probably are. Yeah, there probably are some, or the developer, if they do it for Adobe, and all they got to do is change a few things and have it work somewhere else. They do 90. All they got to do is fix 1% of it. The other 99% works fine. It's just
there's so many plugins for GIMP. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
hundreds of different things.
Yeah.
Remember, like I always kind of used both. I always kind of used Lightroom and On1, the On1 suite. So I still have On1 Photo 10. I still have that. So if I do need to edit some photos, it'll operate off of Adobe stuff like nothing. It always has.
Yeah. But you paid for that a number of years ago, so
sure. Yeah.
It's nothing.
Photoshop stops you going back. If you leave, you can't go back into the photographs. You can't do anything else to them.
I think you can open them up, but I don't think you can do anything with them. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's a good reason not to bother in the first place, isn't it?
Yeah. So it allows you don't lose access to them, but you can't do anything with them in the app. Yeah, you can open it up and then export it. Send it to your desktop and then open it up somewhere else.
I think it was, as a matter of fact, because when it was last week when I stopped it, it let me know too that last time I went in develop mode, it said this is the last time you'll be able to open this. So,
do whatever you need to do, because after tomorrow, it's not working anymore.
It was a fair warning. So I combined catalogs. I did all those sort of things. So
you still got your raw files, haven't you, Joe?
Oh, I've got all of that. Yeah, I've all the settings and everything I've ever done to a photo in Adobe. It just crosses right over for On1, because I've always used those two apps together. You know what I'm saying? I've always used.
Yeah.
I would go back and forth. On One and Adobe talk to each other really well, and so I would go back and forth editing stuff with different virtual copies. So I would go back and forth. I do a virtual copy for this way, and then I would send it over to On One because On One did, from what I do, it did better skin. So I like doing skin
Mhm.
in Adobe, I mean in On One,
One.
and then I would finish it there. I would finish that part and then go back to Lightroom and then finish it. You know, so
Yeah. Yeah.
that's always been kind of my flow.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've still got On One. So if you decide if you do it, shoot, or you have a bunch of images, you can open it up and On One. If it doesn't work, then pay your $10 or whatever and
Right.
get
Exactly.
the Lightroom for a month and finish it up. Yeah.
Or download GIMP.
Or yeah, you're right. Yeah. Or
Free. It's free. So, if you should give it a try. It's not that bad.
Do you know what I find? I try to use GIMP more often, but if I want to do something real quick, like tonight, you'll see what I see when I say quick. You'll see what I mean when I point it out to you. Well, I just go to Lightroom, so I'm so used to Lightroom, I can do this, and that, and it's done.
Yeah.
I've got to scratch my head and go, like, I want to use GIMP more, but I have to scratch my head. And if I want to get something done real quick, I just shoot to Lightroom.
Yeah. Yeah. See. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you've been using it, so you know how to. Everything's kind of automatic. You know where to go to get stuff done in Lightroom. Whereas in,
We'll get off it.
you haven't done it enough. It's not automatic. You got to think about it more.
Yeah.
It takes longer.
There was a guy on there saying that he always used Lightroom and Photoshop, but he was asked to try it again. And when he tried it, he said, "I can't do this. This is terrible." Right. But he was told to stick with it for a month. And now he uses it all the time. And when he goes back into Photoshop, he can't remember how to do anything.
Oh yeah, no, it's just whatever you're used to, whatever you're most used to doing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So you just got to get through that uncomfortable period where you're forcing yourself to learn to use something new, but you haven't mastered it yet.
Yeah. Loads of tutorials on YouTube, though.
Oh, there are. Yeah. All right. Speaking of tutorials, let's tutorial some of these photos. That wasn't.
Yeah, well, it kind of works. We're here for
Yeah.
we're your support system.
I don't know. I've got to see the therapist about that. I'm not doing as good as him.
They all can't be knocked out of the park.
You got to have a few mega failures every once in a while just to keep you on it.
Sometimes it's just a base hit, man. At least you're on base.
Yeah. Sometimes you get hit by a pitch and you're forced to walk a base. Even if you don't want to, they tell you got to go. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we Jose's out. This is familiar and widespread in Southern California this winter. So this was taken just a week ago. And this is the natural background, I'm assuming. Yeah. This is a nice one. This was at 200. Okay, so only at 200. So is this did he post one last week of this too? I think he did, or a couple weeks ago. Different bird perhaps, but this is kind of nice because you got him honking or doing whatever geese do. So his mouth is open, nice and sharp. That's a nice background too. I mean, it's enough blurred, so there's enough separation. Yeah, the rare and endangered Canada goose. You have a lot of those. You have a lot of those in Florida, Wes. The many down there.
No.
Oh, you're a lucky man. That is. They are.
Occasionally, one will pop up that's lost, I think, but yeah.
Yeah. I remember when we lived in Chicago, office I worked at, a goose set up their nest right near the door.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you would walk in, it would run out and attack you because it was protecting its nest.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You'd have to.
They're not friendly.
No, and they can do some damage too. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to find out. I'll tell you right now.
No. So here we got Kestrel. I think this is a substituted background. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. That's a nice shot of the bird, though. I mean, that's a good. He did a nice shot of the bird there. All right. Yeah. Those birds are cool. They will swap down and yeah, like you said, small mammals and birds. I've seen kestrels take mice out and that type of thing. It's kind of cool. This was okay. Yeah, it's teleconverter. Yeah, they're small birds. Yeah, it's probably up in the tree a little bit. Nice. Black vulture, turkey vulture. Okay.
Turkey vulture.
Yeah. You have these out here, Joe. Isn't that pretty much all that's out in Phoenix is turkey vultures?
I I wish I knew what birds were. I have no idea.
I could walk up my front door and shoot these.
Yeah. Or black vulture. You have black vultures down there?
Yeah,
We
they're
have
all
more
black.
vultures, and we have some turkey, but it seems like we have more black vultures up here. So their head is gray instead of the red one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got both too.
Yeah. But they definitely they serve a good purpose, that's for sure. Purpose built, that is for sure. So yeah, I think we've seen this background here and then this background here. I think are two. He just swaps out in different images. What do you think? Because I think I've seen both backgrounds in previous posts. This one, yeah, this is the one where, well, is the light looks to be on the right side of the light's over here. Well, maybe not though. We got a highlight up here. So house finch. Now this is probably the real background. Tiny little bird. Yeah, it's well done though.
Yeah, it's a nice shot, man. I like it.
Yeah, very nice shot. Bird. 1200. Yeah, those things can't be more than a couple inches tall, so it's probably a fair amount of cropping too. What do you think? Probably.
Yeah, there's some dropping down. Is that a spot on there, or is that just my screen? Maybe.
Oh, that's dust on his sensor.
Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, right here?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think you should take that when we're talking about sensor cleaning. Yeah, should just.
Well, that's how you know it's a real background.
I heard. Yeah. I heard you can clean your sensor with wood glue. Oh wait, that's wrong. That's
Yeah. A wire brush.
a wire. Yeah,
What is it with wood glue? There's people that like to clean.
I don't supposedly cleans record. Yeah, I
It
don't know.
works really well, but it's tedious and it's expensive.
Very expensive. Yeah, wood glue is not cheap.
Yeah. If you do swap the background out, then it's no problem to put those spots in to make it look real.
Yeah, it's true. Good. he could be doing negative psychology on us, huh, Dennis? It's just
Yeah.
swapping out the
Yeah.
background. He says, "Let me put this sensor dust in here so they'll think it's the real background." Oh, mind blown. We just don't know.
It's really easy to take that sensor dust out too in Lightroom for sure. God.
Yeah,
You just might have not seen it.
yeah. So we got a great blue and an egret, snow egret, and a great blue heron.
Waiting
There's-
for some fish to come by, looks like.
Yeah. The great blue heron's are slightly bigger, slightly larger than the egret. I was gonna say it looks like an alligator, but this is in California, so it's a rock. Now, if Wes was taken, we could very easily have an alligator between the two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could always ask Dennis to implant one.
Yeah, Dennis will do it for you.
With Wilbur on top.
Yeah, we haven't got too many alligators around here to cut out of a photograph.
I'll send you some.
Yeah. That's neat. That's a neat. Okay, double crested cormorant. Okay.
It's a neat shot.
Yeah, that is.
They're both facing the same way. Usually they're
got
one's
a
pointed
double.
one way, one's pointed the other way.
So you've got a double of the double crested cormorant. There you go.
It's like he trained them or something.
Yeah.
So they're in sync dancers.
Yeah.
That's neat. They're both looking the same direction. And yeah. just swimming along. Nice. Like that. Very good.
Oh, that's an old one.
Okay, James. So yeah, this one looks like, was this like a homecoming shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
He asked me to take some photographs and that's one of them I took.
Hmm.
I take it they're Catholic.
Let me think about that and I'll get back to you.
Central Catholic? Is that what it is?
It's just up the road. Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, we got a Central Catholic in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Catholic high school. Yeah. So did you take this, how long ago did you take, when did you take this? When was the original? Back in 2015, it looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or 2012, yeah. 2012.
Really? It's gone fast.
Metadata date 8/19/2015. So yeah, 5 or 6 years ago. Okay.
Taking a lot of pictures of him because he wanted so many photographs. He's got some beautiful stuff that I took.
Yeah.
This is a double help. I took the photograph and Dennis post-edited it for me, and he
Okay.
put Homeowners Quarterly newsletter. What it was, they requested me to do a photograph so they could put this on their newsletter. And I'm still in talks with them right now.
Oh,
But Dennis put the stuff down and took away the side parts. So it's a joint effort.
okay. All right. So you got the image and then Dennis. So you got a similar type of font, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, the name of the place that was in a brick wall, wasn't it? Just
Yeah, that's a column. That's in the brick wall.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So they wanted to do the heading for their newsletter.
Okay.
I had to straighten it out.
Mhm.
Yeah, the lines were all over the place and trying to get as straight as I could.
Well, I didn't have a step ladder with me, so I could just about reach.
Yeah, you know what it's like if you don't have the camera square on, then it's
Yeah. Yeah. So you were shooting from below it. So yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. So how long did you spend playing with the distortion tool, Dennis, to get it to straighten out?
Well, not long at all, really. No, I
Really?
was
Okay.
having a little play. Yeah, you have to just like lift up the sides, try and square it up.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was.
Every time I try maybe I'm just a little bit too enthusiastic, but every time I use a distortion tool, it ends up getting worse than it was.
Yeah. And then all I've done was I used the color picker on the A in
Okay. Yep.
and then changed the font to what's on the bottom and typed in the owner's quarterly
Okay.
newsletter.
So you pick the color from the A and put it on the text, and then
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then put the text down on the bottom line because that's obviously not in the name of the place.
yeah.
And I got rid of all the screw fixing holes which were in the plate.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So up in these cutout areas, up in the corners, then. Yeah.
No, it was actually in the photograph.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And like everything else, they wanted it done as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you have that to us in 10 minutes? Sure.
Yeah, we had a play. We used different fonts and stuff, but
Uh-huh.
that font matches basically what's on the plate. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now there is a tool. Well, yeah, it might work for you, Dennis, in Vivaldi. There's a font picker, and I think it will identify fonts. It's like a little, it's an extension or whatever you can add to the browser,
Right.
and you can hover over and it'll pull up what family of font it is, whatever the text is. Which
Have you tried Vivaldi yet?
I've downloaded it. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Quite impressed with it. Yeah.
I got an alert that there's a new version updated. So it's been a couple weeks since I downloaded it. So I should actually log in and use it.
Just thought I'd let you know in case you got hungry. This is my roast potatoes that I had for dinner
I
tonight.
was wondering.
Okay.
I was like, what?
You're doing a Joe.
I thought maybe someone's hungry. So,
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell?
so I had chicken, carrots, and what's the other one I had? A sprouts with a nice gravy on it.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
I don't see any seasoning or anything on these potatoes whatsoever.
No, I don't put seasoning on the table, but I put it in the gravy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So you season the gravy and just put it over the potatoes. Okay. All right.
What kind of gravy? A white gravy, a brown gravy?
Depends what you want. I use Bisto, right? And it's a gravy mix. But if I want it white, I put more milk in it. If I want it dark, I put less milk in it.
Okay.
But also, I put wine in it and a little bit of butter and a bit of this and a bit of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Taste it and say that's okay, or I taste it and go, oh, bloody awful, make it something else.
And what kind of potatoes were these? Are these the Yukon Golds or?
Brussels potatoes, I think they are.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay.
There's only 2 potatoes in that, but I cut them up like that because you don't want them too big because you don't want to cook. It's better to have them smaller than they cook better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of looks like we had roasted potatoes last night with our dinner. So we had pork chops. We had pork chops and potatoes last night. No gravy though.
Yeah, no gravy. Yeah, we were missing the gravy. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm getting hungry then. Yep. All right. So we got long-billed curlew. Dry up in this migration. Winter found in wetlands and agricultural fields. Taken
Yeah, we got them over here.
Yeah. They're probably native there, I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah, usually find them around the farmers' fields and.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's nice. Yeah, every once in a while, I remember my father when he was traveling. Where was he? I think were they in Spain or something? This was like 10 years ago. They were traveling, and he was all excited because he found some species. He's like, "It's an accidental. It's an accidental." I was like, "What does that mean?" He goes, "It's the bird that got lost. Basically, it shouldn't be on this continent. It should have been in South America, and it ended up in."
Oh wow.
In the south of Spain. He was like, "Yeah, well, it's quite a bit lost, like 3,000 miles lost." Cool.
Took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Okay, so here's the pier slowly crumbling.
Yeah, this is the one what burned down
Uh-huh.
a long time ago. I was just going back through my raw files and stuff I hadn't processed before. All these were done in Darktable.
Okay, so you did this, and now did you crop it?
That's over.
No, that's the genuine sun. That was taken with a 15mm wide angle.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I changed it to black and white because
Okay.
I thought it would look better with the structure of the.
Oh, that looks good in black and white. I like that. That's a nice.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all the structure of and you see, you got the birds on there. So they literally, there we go, Joe. They literally tore down the rest of the pier, and they just got this little bit left. Are they taking it down bit by bit then?
No, it's just left to rot. They got 2 piers in Brighton. This is the West Pier. Just major fire,
Mm-hmm.
and they just left it. They didn't have the money to repair it.
Okay.
So that's the Victorian Pier. As with all the piers around the coastline of England, there's loads of them have suffered fires, but
Oh yeah.
they just cost millions to fix,
Yeah. Well, they're 100, 130 years old, that type of thing, and
Yeah. They salvaged some of the ironwork from the pier.
okay.
It's all on shore and it's all on display, So
Mm-hmm. Okay.
they used to do a lovely job. All the cast iron castings
Mm-hmm.
built up.
Yeah. Now, this is a nice image. I like this. I think this probably looks a lot better in black and white than the color version. I think just because of the
Yeah.
subject and the way the light is. Yeah.
The only thing I took out was about slight bottom of the photograph because the water had got to the beach and there was a little bit of beach showing,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just kept it water all the way.
That was probably a good decision. I like that the water just kind of, yeah. That's nice. Very nice. I like that. And we got,
Yeah, now this is all Darktable. I just put the raw file back into Darktable and play the game.
okay. All
This
right.
is before I used the Sony software to do them.
Okay. All right. So we just stay
They
exclusive.
haven't noticed, Dennis.
Do what?
They haven't noticed.
No.
Now, oh, there's a sign over here.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, the gnome, huh?
No.
This guy, huh?
Yeah. He's the resident ghost from the graveyard, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, and I cut him out of. He was an actual wood carving, about 6 foot high, in the woodlands. And I took him out, changed him to desaturated him, and took down the opacity, so blend him in.
And then just laid him over the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Pretty much anything Dennis does, there's going to be something added, some mysterious little thing.
Yeah, actually, this photograph was one what got into Explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this one's better than what went in Explore. The colours are better because I used the Velvia film simulation on it. You know?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So much more vibrant. Yeah.
Yeah, it made it. I think this was a better photograph, although the other one is listing at around 13,000 views and 300 faves.
And it's the same photo. I mean, same crop and perspective and everything.
Yeah, it's not much cropped off of it at all. It's
Wow. That's
photograph.
So that's interesting. Yeah. It gets now. What time of day? Maybe that's the secret. What time of day do you have a consistent time of day that you post that gets into Explorer?
No, I just put it on to stick on the show, and then the next morning after we've done it, I logged on and it said like it's got 5,000 views and 150 faves. You know.
Well, we do have a worldwide audience. I mean, so
yeah, it goes like 24 hours later, it's up to 13,000 views. You know.
Did you see what Rui said, Mark, there in the chat?
Oh, Dennis has a B&W macro called Joe. That's a good one, Rui.
Obviously, it only went on. I should have made it in black and white, Joe. I'm sorry about that. You did have the other one. Yeah.
Just hit the Joe button. Hit the Joe macro.
Yeah. Just call that filter. You just nicknamed it.
Joe. Yeah, I think you could do that. You just create a macro, load it in, and just call it the Joe. Hit the Joe button.
Yeah, you can. You can just set it up and then save the profile. Away you go. Turn all your photos into Joe types.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I must say though, the more I played with Dark Table, the more impressed I'm becoming. Yeah,
it does a lot. I mean, yeah, you can do probably 95% of what you want.
Yeah, I'm finding I'm doing so much in Dark Table now that I'm not really putting in GIMP.
Yeah. You can do most of what you need to. Well, Dark Table is kind of like Lightroom. I mean, that's pretty much the same set of tools as Lightroom for the most part. So, okay, so here we go.
Yeah, now this is like this was in Hampton Court,
Okay.
at the Palace, and that car was actually bolted to the floor. Because the people who run the place, they're walking around in medieval costumes, and I suppose that's to stop people moving it. But if you look right into it, the other wheel's still got a metal clamp on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, back here.
Right.
Yeah.
It spoiled the front, so I took the clamp off the wheel and like replaced cobblestones and you used the tool to take out the metal plate across the wheel.
What do you use, the clone tool?
Yeah, I used the clone tool to like continue. You put one bit on the wheel and then run the next bit through the metal plate, and it changes it to wood. You know, it just replaces those pixels with whatever you're picking up. Yeah.
Yep.
And the stone floor, I just, like grabbed hold of another cobblestone and wiped it through. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is on Dark Table then. Yep.
Yeah, it was all Dark Table, and
Nice. Okay.
and
It looks like the clamp was right
that's it.
there because you can see a little bit of an indentation in the wood. Yeah. Yep.
I
Okay.
should have been more careful.
Mhm. We're onto your fakes, Dennis.
Yeah.
Onto your fakes.
It's,
On quick.
yeah, it was done quick. Yeah,
Oh,
but that was done with a 50mm f1.2, and that really does make it stand out. You know, it does separate the subject from the background. That lens.
yeah, no, it does a very good job. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
This was another one I played with. Someone had left a blue tarpaulin and some paint cans along the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, so I took them out because having something that colourful in the picture was distracting. You know.
So along the wall of the
Along the wall, but where the handles are,
Oh, okay.
down the columns, someone had stacked a tarpaulin and some cans of paint against the wall. Yeah.
Okay. I
So
think I see a little tiny bit of blue over here and over here.
Yeah, missed a bit, but it looks a lot better than it did.
Oh, yeah. No. Instead of a big blue, like you said, big blue tarp hanging over there.
Read what it says on there. Blood tonic.
Yeah. Prevents fever.
Yeah, this was taken at the Greenwich Admiralty. That's when they done the film. They were making a film. This is part of the props.
Okay.
Because we thought it was very strange that the Admiralty would have sheep walking through the streets.
Yeah.
What film was that, Dennis?
They wouldn't tell us. We got kicked out by the security because we wandered onto the set.
Right.
And they built all false shop fronts. You know, it's going to be some Victorian type. You know.
Sometimes when you do the acting and that, when you get the script, they tell you do not say anything to anybody, no family members or whatever.
Yeah, we asked the people because we was going to go view some painted gallery, which is quite famous, and we just wandered straight through, and we didn't even know. We could see there was something going on at the time.
Yeah.
They had all the lorries there with the cameras and stuff, but yeah, we just went walking through the middle of their set, and the security guards come up and goes, "You can't be here."
Why?
Yeah. Because we said to them, "What film is it?" And they said, "We're not allowed to say."
Just look at the clapperboard. It usually has it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all we see was all these Victorian dressed people queuing up to get their lunch.
Yeah. Rui says, "Have you tried the Joe Macro on this one? Have you done the black and white version of this
No,
one?"
I didn't do the black and white version because I thought the wheels were good on that trolley.
Yeah.
On that
Yeah.
trolley. Yeah.
Yeah. The yellow and the blue is a good,
Yeah.
good contrast there. Yeah.
Again, sharp old lens.
Mm-hmm. It is. Speaking of sharp, this looks like the air intake cover on a Harley, but I don't think it's a Harley, is it?
It is. It's perfect. He got that straight away. Yeah.
Yeah, earlier on, I say, ain't got a bloody clue.
Yeah. That's the air intake on a Harley Davidson.
Okay. Yeah.
Mark knows his bikes, man.
Yeah.
He's a Harley guy, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and the boss go out on the weekends and raise a little hell
Now that was taken wide open.
with the 50 millimeter again.
Yeah.
So this was taken yesterday. So you were
Oh.
out? You went outside of your garden yesterday, Dennis?
It wasn't taken yesterday. It was processed yesterday.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say I have to report you. You're out of curfew.
Get the rework.
Yeah, the guy who owned the bike, he sold it now. So it's all memory lane.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
neat though.
He had it 10 years and he only ever drove it 2,000 miles.
Yeah, that's the way that works. Yeah.
That's what happens with a lot of them.
He loved his bike. I went around his house and I couldn't believe it. It was in the bedroom on a carpet on a stand.
Was he married?
That one.
Yeah, I guess he's not married.
Yeah, he is. He was married, but he kept the bike in the spare bedroom.
Wow.
It was understand, and he spent a fortune on it. He used to send off to the States for parts, stainless steel parts, and yeah.
Did he sell it for more than he paid for it? He probably did.
I'm not sure. He got 10 grand for it. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what they are now over here, but it was a nice bike.
Yeah.
They got that distinctive sound,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's.
Yeah, but he said it was awful to ride.
The Harley sound.
Yeah. He says you don't want to go fast on it as you're going to come off.
Yeah. It's probably a hardtail then, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But he said it was a Fat Boy.
Oh, Fat
Okay.
Boy. They're not rigid. So
Yeah. So but the bike he had before that was some Italian thing with triple disc brakes on the front. Yeah, notches like 200 mile an hour.
Quite the opposite. Yeah, like a Ducati or something.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Because he said he had to get rid of it because he had so many penalty points on his license. He's got one more step and he was going to get banned.
Oh, that's funny. I was talking to not a neighbor, but he lives, about along the street that we walk on, and I known him for a while. But we were talking a few months ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I got the Ducati out yesterday." It's like,
Yeah.
this guy's he's 75 years old, and he's out in full leathers riding his Ducati around.
Yeah. Well, this guy,
He's a Ducati monster. That thing, Joe. That thing is massively expensive and massively fast.
I am not. Yeah,
He says, "I have no business riding that, but I like it so much."
he's 66, the guy who had this, and he topped 200 mile an hour on that Italian bike.
I
And
can believe it. I can believe it. Yeah.
I said to him, "What's it look like at 200 mile an hour?" He goes, "Nothing. The lampposts are just a blur. Each one of the light columns you go past light." He says, he goes, "You get a blowout at that speed, you're never going to know you're dead, are you?"
Yeah. It'd be quick. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a bridge support, 200 mile an hour.
Weren't you looking at getting a motorcycle 4 or 5 years ago, Joe? I seem to remember you kind of hot on the trail of maybe getting a Harley at some point.
I was all ready to get one, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, but then you decide you'd save money and get into audio.
Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah. And I liked them so much, so that's why I would shoot a lot of bikes. I would shoot. I would go to where they would hang out, all the bike clubs, and the motorcycle clubs.
Yeah.
And they were always more than willing to. I mean, if you were wanting to take photos at that time, I don't know about now. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, man, if you were willing to take photos, they would line up for you damn near. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's kind of the whole part of ownership thing. They're more than happy. Like when you go to a car show, as long as you don't touch the cars, if you tell them you want take photos with her, they're more than happy to work with you. To get people out of the scene and all that stuff. If it's workable, so. They're so proud of the vehicle, the motorcycle, the car, or whatever. That's the whole reason they're there.
Yeah,
It's not to be hidden; it's to show off. So why not?
With the bike clubs, though, it can be a little different. I mean, they're not. It's just them getting together.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just them getting together, and I got to a point where I could find out where they were going to hang out again. Hey, where you guys going to hang out next time? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll be over here at such and such. It wasn't like a set show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You just got together. Yeah.
You have a motorbike, Wes?
What's that? A bike?
Yeah.
I have a mountain bike.
No, you don't.
No motorcycle.
And then you hear the
motorcycle.
sound he makes when he's on that bike. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The sound he makes.
I used to have a 175 Yamaha.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's only a small sports bike, but it's an ideal 175.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Rui says he's thinking of getting one.
He might as well. I mean, he's already on a bike, you know.
He's on a bike all the time. Yeah, why? You might as well get on one where you don't have to pedal.
I
Yeah.
don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I Lambretta once. And that was the last time I got on a bike. After that, I settled for cars with four wheels. Yeah.
Yeah.
After you nicked it, or what?
What was that?
Was that after you nicked it?
Actually, yeah, it wasn't my bike. We just come out of college and it was sitting there.
We all used to do that when we were teenagers. Go nick a bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
We never kept them, you know. They always gone back.
Nick means still.
yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't be a good thing.
Yeah, no, they don't charge you with theft. They charge you with taking away without the owner's consent because they can't prove that you intended to keep it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So Rui says just a 125 because we can have up to 125 without getting a license, a specific license. Okay. So anything else? Oh, you could get a high performance 125 that'll take you to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's decent. You can only get a 50. Yeah.
Wasn't it 250? If you wanted 250, you had to have a license. If you had under that, you didn't have to have a license.
Now, if you had anything under 49cc, which was a moped, you could drive it on your car license.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way it is here.
Yeah, but after that, you got to go and do. You're only allowed up to 250 on by a bike license, like a learner, and
Right.
you can't get a bigger bike until you pass the test on the 250.
That's why I kept with my 175.
Yeah, after that, I mean, you work your way up to like 750 Nortons and stuff like that.
Mind you, I did pass the test with my 175. I just couldn't pass the test with the bloody car.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
passed that in Canada.
Yeah, my brother had an Ariel Square 4. That was a 1,000cc motorbike, and that was really hard to hold up at the traffic lights. If you lost your balance, you were on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. Real heavy. Yeah. Yeah.
Then you had to get someone on the pavement to come and help you pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the problem with those big bikes. Yeah. You know, they weigh 600 pounds or whatever, and tip those things over like a Harley. You tip over a Harley, you're not lifting it back up on your own. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, good show. No show next week because of the Super Bowl.
For
I'm rooting for Kansas City. I want the potential new GOAT to beat the old GOAT is what I'm hoping for.
right.
But who knows? I think Brady's probably going to do it again. I mean, he only has 6, right? He has 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
6 wins.
6 wins. Yeah. So he needs a 7th. Yeah.
It's his 10th appearance, man. It's his
Crazy.
10th Super Bowl. Insane.
He's been in like 20% of all the Super Bowls ever.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's crazy. Yeah. So it should. I'm just hoping it's a good game, competitive game. That's the thing I always want to see. You know, I'd rather have a competitive game and not necessarily the team I'm rooting for win, as long as it's a good game. But if it's a blowout, you know, and the team you're rooting for wins and it's a blowout, it's like, that's not really as much fun. So, and then we are going to have to watch. I'm gonna listen to the weekend a little bit this week, and then I'll watch the show, and then I'll let you know next time whether I got the two LP.
I'm telling you, I think the minute you hear the weekend, you're going to be like, oh, I know this tune.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, I know this tune.
Yeah.
Oh, you just don't know that it was him.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm sure that's probably going to be that. So I'll be listening to it. I'm going to cue it up tonight. I'll listen to it a little bit.
It's not bad. Yeah, I mean it's not bad music. It's really not. So it'll be interesting to see what you think.
All right. Well, good. Well, hey, everybody, stay safe this week. Good luck with your vaccine tomorrow, James.
Thank you.
Yes. Hopefully.
If we see you 2 weeks from now, if we see you, James,
Yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks if you don't look like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I was going to say something English, but I won't.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All right, man.
Bye now.
All right. Bye.
See you guys.